Welcome back, family. It's Kyle King here again on course number, 7. Course number 7. And we're going to focus on today about operating on how to operate in your one thing. Not everything, but in your one thing. And the overall objective of today is to help you be more productive, more strategic, more just ready to go in terms of your mindset on how to tackle your dreams, tackle your goals, and whether you're in business, whether you're in just in relationships, just in life, being more productive. Before we get started, if you were, I always like to pose questions, and you guys know this by now, I hope. If you were chasing two rabbits, these are rabbits, so R1 and then R2. If I was here and I was determined, I was so focused on chasing both of these rabbits, and if I wanted to chase both of these rabbits, how could I catch them? You can't. And that's the whole premise of this course, is to teach you that if you're trying to teach, or not really teach, if you're trying to teach, if you're trying to impact, if you're trying to deliver, if you're trying to really live your life chasing two things at once, you're going to end up chasing and catching neither. So the biggest things, I feel like there's a few lies that I feel like we've learned in our life. And the first one is the overall reality and fallacy, for better terms, is that everything matters equally. Now, I'm going to say this. Everything that matters is not equal to everything that doesn't matter. Everything does not equally. It doesn't. This is such a myth. This is such a thing that people have gotten into the mindset of thinking that, oh, I have all these different things, they all align. I'm like, yo, what is the priority here? And they're like, everything is a priority. Everything is a priority. And to be honest, and to put things into context, is when the overall word priority was originally formed as a part of the language, it was your one thing. It was the only thing. It was really, the word priority used to mean the only thing. Now, as a part of our century, as a part of this generation, it has turned into the most important thing. So now we go through our different lives focusing on our now priorities. It's no longer a singular term. It's a plural term, and we focus on everything that's important, and then we think that everything matters equally, and then we never operate within our only thing because we're trying to do everything, and then we end up doing nothing because we're trying to focus on everything meaning or everything is being equal. I believe that equality as a whole is a lie. It is. Everything that matters equally will not always scream or sound the loudest. Everything that I truly believe that the most important things are not going to scream the loudest. The most important tasks are not going to be the most beautiful. Those are the things, the mundane tasks, the smallest things are going to get you to the place of success more than focusing on the big things. I believe that organizations, if they focus more time on the little, then they would have a lot. And if you focus on a lot, you're going to continue to have little. So I feel like the first slide is realizing that everything does not equal equally. The second thing is to-do list. Oh, I dislike the to-do list, because this is how they are. The could do, should do. You got the should do's, and then you got the should do's. There's a difference between, and I teach people this all of the time, there's a difference between having 6 items on your to-do list, and I teach a succeed list. Because this is when you focus on the should do's. Because when you start focusing on the could do's, oh, I could do this, but I could do this, but because if you should do it, but I should be doing something else, but I what? Anything that you say after the should do is really an excuse. It's really an excuse because you should be doing it. You see the priority, but now you're procrastinating. Now those are character flaws. You see the priority, but now you're making excuses on why you're not accomplishing those dreams, those goals, those deadlines, those objectives that you have set in your life. And this is really focusing back on you. Focusing on how do we get to the one thing and not everything. And I believe that this is the second point, but I want to really be able to erase this so you can focus on the importance of this next point and this next lie. The next lie is multitasking. I despise the multitaskers. I tell a story all the time, and if we're going to get very, very personal, if you are having a conversation with someone and they're on their phone or they're doing like this and you're having a conversation, and it's very disrespectful. Because I believe that to do two things at once is to do neither. To do two things at once is to do neither. So if I'm talking to you, or if someone, have you ever been talking to someone and they're like, okay, cool. Well, so hold on, say that again. Dude, if you just put down your phone, you'll be able to listen to what I'm saying. Or you could be having a very personal or intimate setting with someone, and they're more focused on the TV or that movie that's playing instead of enjoying that personal moment with you. These are so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful, in my opinion. It's so disrespectful. Why do we disrespect other people when this is going on? Because, and then you have to ask the question, why are we disrespecting ourselves? Every time we multitask, we focus on multiple things and we don't accomplish anything. And when we're focusing on multitasking, we're disrespecting our dreams. We're disrespecting our plans. We're disrespecting our vision. And if you really think about it, once we start disrespecting our dreams, and once we start getting to the place where we're not aligning our actions, we're really destroying our destiny. And this is a lie. Multitasking is a lie. You can't multitask. This is when you're doing multiple things at once. And I tell the story all the time. The other day, I was consulting, mentoring, and leading a group of students. And multitasking simply means that your attention is in multiple places at the same time. When I was focused on all those three things, I was very focused on that thing. Got my client to a place where they were good and they were focusing on that. And then I went to my mentee and I was focusing on her, got her to a place of where she needed to be. And then I was focusing in on my students and got them to a place where they needed to be. And that was not multitasking. That was focusing on the right thing at the right time. And when we get into the next thing, this is a critical point. And I believe that this is a lie as well. Living a disciplined life. This is a big lie. We cannot focus. It's really not about doing the right thing. It's about not doing everything right. It is about doing the right thing. It's about doing the right thing, not doing everything right. It takes 66 days. I read in a book, The One Thing, and this is the whole premise of everything. I read in a book that it takes 66 days as a part of this modern world to be able to create a new habit, to create a new behavior, to create a new way of thinking and a new way of doing things. And if we're living this disciplined life really means control. Really could mean self-discipline or self-control or controlling you. You do this at 1 o'clock, you do that at 2 o'clock. It's like you're a machine. And you have to get to the place of not living your life as a machine and living freely, doing the right things and not everything right. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things at the right time, at the right place, in the right environment so that you can execute, be productive, be in a place of priority. And that's the things that we're going to continue to talk about in this lesson. The next thing is living a balanced life. We always talk about like, what is your home life or work life balance? I don't believe in balance. I believe that how I would define balance though is a place of equilibrium. I believe that there is no place where we're getting complete 50-50 of anything. Because that's how I've been taught that balance is. I'm giving 8 hours at home and then I'm giving 8 hours at work. I don't believe in balanced life. Magic, true magic doesn't happen in the middle. Magic happens in the extremes. Magic happens in the times where we're executing, when we're putting more. I believe that sacrifice is necessary for success. Now, continuous sacrifice, yes, is important, but you can't sacrifice the things that you continue to sacrifice all the time. So there is going to be times where you have to be more focused on building a business than the family. Like, you're going to have to spend a little bit more time. There's going to be times where you have to mend the family. There's going to be times where this balance beam it's never going to be like this. It's going to sometimes be like this, or sometimes be like this, where you're spending a little bit more time at work, or a little bit more time at your child's games, or in your child's life, all these different things. You have to find the balance that works in your life. And I don't believe it's at a 50-50 point. The next point is that, and this is really the biggest lie, is that all of your eggs have all of your eggs scattered. Never have all of your eggs in one basket. This is like awful. Never. This is what I'm saying. Never, never, never. It's taught to us our whole life. Never have all of your eggs in one basket. We talk about that in investment strategies. We talk that in life. Sometimes we even talk that about in our personal relationships. Like, never put all in one person, all these different things. I truly believe in my life that if you have eggs in all these different baskets and you're trying to carry all these different baskets, that's how your eggs break, because you're trying to carry too many baskets at one time. How I would recommend people to operate within their lives is have all of your eggs in one basket, have the real estate, have the investment, have all these different things in one basket. Protect that basket, carry that basket, and when those eggs are hatching, the chickens are hatching, then you put other eggs in place of those opportunities that have already created the systems. Create systems in your life that automate all of these different things. Create the process, create the systems, and then when the eggs hatch, you put more eggs and more seeds back into the basket. So those are really the lies that we are focused on, that we've been taught our whole lives, is this ideology of multitasking. This ideology is, never put all your eggs in one basket. The ideology that people don't know how to say no to really everything not mattering equally, and really focusing on the right thing at the right time, and not this to-do list, but really this success list. And I want to get us to the point, as I'm looking at my notes, this is a little down on the paper, but I want you to understand this. What is your focusing question? What is the very thing that we ask ourselves? Because I was working with some students once, and they sent me a text in the middle of a conference that they were at, and they were saying, Mr. King, we're sitting next to this really important person. What are the things that I should say to them? What is the things that I, should like, how do I start the conversation? And what I told them, I was like, I don't want you to focus on what you say. I want you to focus on what you're going to ask this person of value, because great answers or great questions, therefore, are followed by great answers. If you want to get to a place when you're receiving answers in your life, you're understanding things, you're understanding people, then you have to start asking greater questions. And the one question that I believe that you have to ask is, what is the one thing that I can do that by doing it, it will make everything easier or unnecessary. Uh-oh. I'm spelling this all wrong, people. I'm sorry. Unnecessary. How do we do that one? Let's see. Ah. Oh, so sorry. Oh, there we go. So one of the biggest things that I hate doing is spelling, and that's why I type everything. So what is the one thing? What is the one thing? My one thing is writing. I'm a really good writer because I really realize that when I write, it makes my life a lot easier. I already have my email scripted up. I already have my curriculums developed and built out. I already have, that's why I write so many different books. I have all of this different content based upon what I write. I write my schedules. I write my daily plans, my daily goals, my monthly goals, the quarterly goals, all these different things I just love to write. And then it creates a calendar, it creates a schedule, it creates a process for me. So you have to ask yourself that one solid question, because I feel like a lot of us get to the point where we're focusing on things that are so small and minute. This is what we focus on. This is the focus. This is what is my one thing right now. It's kind of like, what am I doing right now, right? Instead of having a mindset of the bigger picture, this is bigger picture. What is my one thing? Just period. What is my one thing, period? It's not about you having all of these different things. It's not about you focusing on all of these little small things. It's about you focusing on your one thing. Because I believe when we start to focus on our one thing, we realize that we find success in those small things. But it's a part of this bigger goal. Because success, in my opinion, success is a habit. Like, success isn't this place, this just beautiful place, and this is like a castle. This is like the success place. Like, everyone here is just successful and we all look alike. That's not success. And we talked about it in last lesson, like, success is within here. But success, though, is all of these small things in a period of time. Success is a process. It's a process, not a point. Success isn't a point that we get to. Success is a process. What I mean by success being a habit is success is simple. It's about doing the right things at the right time in the right environment. Success is not about the timing of the market or the timing of the trends or the timing of the economy. It's about your time in the market. Success is, hey, I have this commitment and I'm honoring this commitment. Success is, hey, I have this daily goal today to do 100 push-ups, and I did that. I have this monthly goal of doing 100 push-ups every day for a month, and I did that. So now you're building the muscle memory, you're building the intensity, you're building the confidence. So now when you're ready to now go start that business, now when you're ready to go ask that girl out, now that you're ready to ask that woman to be your wife, you already have built the muscle memory of confidence. Success is confidence. I truly believe that people are confident that are successful because they've built out all of these little small things. They've accomplished all of these little small goals, all of these little small tasks over a long period of time that have helped them develop this inner being of confidence, of success within themselves. So my question for you is, what is your one thing? Not just in your life, but in your business. What is the one thing in your relationships? What is your one thing in your health? What is the one thing in your business that by doing that, it's gonna make everything easier and unnecessary? What is the one thing that you can do not later? What is the one thing that you can prioritize? Because it's the 3 P's within our lives. It's the 3 P's, the 3 P's. We have to be able to live with purpose. We have to be able to truly live with purpose and understand that everything is based upon the why factor. And I call it the why factor because everything that we do has it should have some type of purpose to it. And life isn't about, like I talked about last lesson, life isn't about finding yourself. It's about truly creating yourself. And you have to live by priority. Purpose without priority will leave you powerless every time. You have to put priority to your steps. You have to put action items. Like you have a purpose, you have a dream, you have a calling, but now it's time to prioritize that and then be able to live for productivity. Live for productivity. This is really just meaning that activity does not equal achievement. It doesn't. If I actually get to point A to point B, you can go around, you can go wind around and all these different things, or you can take a straight line. Now, success isn't a straight line. You're going to go through all those different journeys, those different obstacles, those different challenges. But what I want you to remember is that if you are living purposeful, if you are living with a purpose, that why, starting with that why, and if you are living by the priorities, those actions, those choices, those decisions, those things that you have lived by in your life, and then you are living to continue to remain productive, to not just do a lot, but to do what's right at the right time. If you are like really focusing in on not multitasking, but focusing in on what you need to be doing, if you are focusing on the small things to build that point of success, that is how you're going to be successful. Productivity truly changes lives. It transforms lives. It transforms companies. It transforms relationships. It's really about understanding the 3 P's. Living with purpose, living by priority, and living for productivity. This is how you maximize your productivity. This is how you live within your one thing. And I am so excited to see you guys in the next lesson.